Just switching the camera around. All right, here we go, guys. So today we are going to talk about translating from words to the symbols. Okay, this is 2-2, translating and solving equations. So here we go. We're going to just work some examples. Okay. We've already kind of done translating expressions where some of this should be visible. Okay, so we're going to start. I'm just going to pick and choose some problems to do. So starting with number 2, because it's got some specific words in here that can throw you, it says 10 subtracted from. Subtracted means subtraction, but the word from tells me that I'm taking away 10 from something. So therefore, the 10 has to move to the back from a number. The number, I don't know. So that's going to be my X or my N. Doesn't matter which letter you choose. Okay. Then it says is. That means an equal sign. So it's going to have the N minus 10 equals 15. There's my equation. And now I solve it. Okay. Oh, I wrote over there. I should have been writing my equation here. N minus 10 equals 15. That makes life a little bit easier. So now we solve just like we've been doing. So equation wall, I'm subtracting 10, so I need to add 10 to both sides. This zeros, and I'm left with N equals 25 as my final answer. And then you would check to make sure it is correct. Okay, jumping right along, moving down to number 4. Let's do this. Okay, the reason I chose number 4 is because of this 8%. Remember that when it's a percent must be changed to a decimal. You have to change it to the decimal. Okay, so if it's at 8%, that means the decimal is located here now, so I move it twice to the left, and I end up with 0.08 is what's going to represent 8%. It says of, that means multiplication, a number, so that's going to be my X. Now, notice this is why I don't use the X for multiplication when I'm writing, because I've got the variable X. So I'm going to have 0.08, and we show multiplication by it being right next door to one another, equals, because it says is, 20. And there's my equation. So now we solve. So I have 0.08 n over point, oh, no, I'm jumping ahead. 0.08 n. I'm not using n, I'm using x for this. X equals 20. And now I solve. Divide 0.08, divide by 0.08. I don't know how to do that mentally, so we have to write those calculations off to the side. Move 2 decimal places on the outside, move 2 decimal places on the inside, and put the zeros. So 8 goes into 2, nope, 8 goes into 20 twice with 16 left over. 4, well, not 16 left over, 2 times 8 is 16 with 4 left over. Bring down my 0, 8 goes into 40 5 times. And now I've already got it, but I've got another 0 to go. So I'm doing 8 into 0 goes 0 times. So I end up with X equals 250 as my final answer. Okay. Number 6. It says 9 less than. That's another instance where less means subtraction, but that word than means that I'm moving it behind. Oh, I didn't write the equation. Oh, I did write it right there. Perfect. Okay. So it says 9 less than. So I'm moving it to the behind. So I'm taking something. I'm doing something minus 9. It says 9 less than. So I'm taking away 9 from something. Then it says the product. So that means multiplication. Of, so another key word, of means a number. So I'm going to have and -4. a number, and -4. When I'm writing multiplication, I always write the number in front. So it's -4n. N for the number. Is equals 35. So I have -4n minus 9 equals 35. And now I solve. Equation wall. I'm subtracting 9, so I add 9 to both sides. That zeros, we bring it down, and I have -4n equals 44. Divide by -4, and n equals -11. Next example. Trying to work a couple of several different ones. Okay, jumping down to number 11. It says the sum of, that means it's the answer to addition. So the sum of -1/3 of a number. So I'm doing 1/3 of a number. That means multiplication. So I'm going to have 1/3 x, because a number is going to be x, and 16. The sum here, this is where I'm including the and forward. So that's where I'm getting the addition. Plus 16 is equals 11. And now I'm going to solve. So I have 1/3 x plus 16 equals 11. Equation wall, subtract 16, subtract 16. 1/3 x equals -5. I've got a fraction that I'm multiplying by, so therefore I multiply by the reciprocal, which is 3/1. This cancels, and I'm left with x equals -15. Last example, number 13. Actually, I'm going to jump and we're going to do number 14. Number 14, quotient. That means division. So it's the quotient, which is the answer to, so the quotient of 5 less than a number. So I'm doing the 5 less than, it's the quotient of all of this. So it's the quotient of this. It's the quotient of 5 less than a number. So that's, less than. That means the 5 moves behind. I'm going to have -5. A number is n. So it's going to be n minus 5. Because it's the answer to the division of 5 less than a number and 6. So what's being divided is this information here, 5 less than a number, and 6. That's why we put it as the n minus 5 all over 6. Is equals -4. Now we solve. It's -4. So in order to work this, I first have to multiply by 6 on both sides. Then we have n minus 5 equals -4. And now we add 5 to both sides, and I get n equals 1. No, I don't, because I didn't multiply. Wilson does make mistakes. This is -24, which then that's going to make this a -19. It didn't seem right. Your assignment is going to be to finish the notes in the classwork homework. Have a great day.